are you? And welcome to this very special video where I have Laura and Donna giving me some book recommendations because I also gave them one. So make sure before you watch my video or after you watch my video, go check Donna and Laura's video, which will be in the description down below, and let's see what books they chose for me.
I'm Donna from Mom's Book Collection. I am choosing for Beatriz and Laura to read Stramge the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. And this is a dreamy-esque fantasy about blue people. I said that weird. Blue people. Yeah, you're just going to have a nice, fantastic, dreamy ride.
Hi, I'm Laura from The Book Hermit, and I have picked Call of the Sea for you guys by Emily B. Rose. This is a Little Mermaid slash Brave inspired fantasy story, and it's amazing. I absolutely loved it from the word go when I read it, and I hope that you guys do too.
I am currently reading Call of the Sea by Emily B. Rose. This, as you already know, was Laura's book for us, for me and Donna, and I started it yesterday. I am on page 16 and I don't have much to say so far. I am intrigued. I want to know more, but what I can say to you right now is that I am really enjoying the writing style. I just don't like, because this was indie published, if I'm not wrong, the font of the book, but that's fine, that's whatever. So my goal for today is to get to page 150, if I'm not wrong, so just before chapter 15, but I don't know what I want to do because the weather outside is so nice and I wanted to go out for a little bit, so I was actually thinking of picking up my book and just go outside, go to the beach because it's quite close to me, and read there for a little bit, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know what to do. So until I'll figure it out, I'll be here reading for a little bit and finishing 1 or 2 more chapters, and after that, I don't know. Hello friend, so new day, new update on Call of the Sea. Yes, I am in the car and yes, I did bring the book with me, but don't worry, I'm not reading the book while I drive because that would be dangerous. I am actually listening to an audiobook, which is When the Moon Hatched, but that's not the point of this video, so updating you on Call of the Sea. I am currently at page 98, so I am at the very beginning of chapter 10, and what can I say, I am actually quite enjoying it. I can see what Laura said about this being a very brave, so marry the princess, the Disney princess retelling. So I can see that. That's a point that I really can see in this book, because so far the things that have been happening in the book are very similar to Brave, and I've watched Brave, so I can tell it, like the way that Kenna does not want to marry and does not want to choose a husband between the ones that are eligible to marry in the Winchin festival. It's very similar, and also the activities that the men there are doing are also very similar. So 100 pages in, I think it's a little bit slower than what I would like, actually, because we have not met much action yet, only that she does not want to marry because of the Winchin. We know that the fairy or the folk or something like that are in war with the human kingdom, and that's why Kenna is doing the Winching Festival, but we don't know a lot more. We know that she loves the sea and that she has like a big thing with mermaids and all of that, but that's what we know so far. I was expecting 100 pages in for us to be a little bit more into the story of her going to trying to find mermaids and all of that, but it's fine, it's okay. Actually, I'm quite enjoying it. The writing style is very lovely. It's the type of writing style that I actually enjoy, so for me it's fine. But what I am not enjoying as much is the font type, because it's very intricate. It's not like that easy to read, but it's fine, it's okay, it's no problem, it's no biggie. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. It's quite fun, and I think that's it. I don't have much more to say about the book actually. Hello friends, it has been a while since I have talked with you. You are having like skincare finished, Beatriz, because I just took a shower and I just did my skincare. I still have to go and do my hair care, but I still have like the mask on my hair, so I have to take that out first. So what I have to say, I have not read much since Wednesday, which was my first day of my trip, but I did read a little bit of Call of the Sea. We have just, like, all of the activities from the Winching Festival have just passed. They were at a ball, like a big fancy ball, which I find amazing, where she had to dance with all of them, but she actually found out that some of them just wanted the crown and not like be friends with her, which I think that's pretty like not reasonable, but I could tell that, but not who they were, so it's my fault. But I am so far really enjoying it. We have just discovered something that is making me question some stuff, so I am interested. I just wish that the pace of the book was a bit faster, because I think I am on page 150 out of 400, and we are just now going to start with her like going into the ocean, exploring the ocean and all of that. So I just wish that that would have happened a little bit earlier, but still it's fine. I am liking the book. I like the writing style. It's quite simple, quite like the writing style that I normally enjoy reading. I just really wish that the book was a bit more fast-paced, but it's fine. I'm liking it. I think it's a very nice read to keep up with stuff and all of that. I am probably going to try to read a little bit more of it today, because I am only going to have dinner at like 9 p.m. or something like that, and it's almost 7, so I have 2 hours for that. So I think I'm going to try to put some pages in. But welcome back to my little room. I am not away. So yeah, I think that's it for this update, and I'll see you all in a little bit. So I have been reading Call of the Sea during the morning, and I'm quite enjoying it so far. I am on page 190. I'm going to start chapter 20 next. I am really enjoying the book. I have a few things to say. So one of the first things that I have to say is that I do relate a lot to Kenna's character, because I also grew up being a little bit bigger than all of the other girls, and one of the things that helped me quite a lot while I was growing up was actually swimming. So I understand at some point she said that the ocean or the sea or the water does not discriminate against anyone, and that's also one of the feelings that I have, and one of the things that I actually think of when I remember why I like swimming so much. So I relate to that a lot. I do relate to Kenna's character a lot actually, but also we finished chapter 19 and I did not really like her actions when Cameron, Mackenzie, or as we now know Calder, told her that she cannot tell anyone that he is a merman. But she was like, why cannot tell anyone? I now know that my beliefs are right, so that does not make sense that I cannot tell anyone. And there's this law that mermaid people cannot tell, or mer people cannot tell like other people that they are actually mermaids. So I just did not like her actions in this part. But other than that, I am quite enjoying the book. I think it's interesting. I just wish it was a little bit more fast paced than what it actually is, because I actually cannot see where we are going. So I am interested in it and I am curious to know a little bit more about it, but let's see how it goes. I think I'll be reading it during the afternoon today during my sprint. Hi friends, so it has been 4 days since I finished Call of the Sea, and I have been in a way gathering my thoughts because I was very confused and a little bit lost on what I wanted to say. So I think I now have finally gathered all of my thoughts, and I will tell you what I did think of the book. So I did quite enjoy it. I had one of the funniest, like a good time. I liked the queer representation. I like the plus size representation. I liked the brave inspiration. I like all of that. I liked the writing style. It was fun. It was easy to get. It was all of that. But I did not like the last third of the book pace. It was very, very slow. I was constantly wanting the book to end because the author, in a way, like pushed the book a lot further than what I think it should have been done. So a lot of the chapters and a lot of the things that were like written in the last like bit of the book, I think it could have been summarized and not as big as it was, but that's just my case. I was getting a bit bored in the end of the book, so that's why I gave it 3.75 stars, only because the last like third of the book was very slow paced, was not helping me. Reading was giving me like the idea that I was getting in a slump, and that was not the case. But other than that, I really liked the book. I liked the representation. I liked the Little Mermaid idea. I also liked the retelling of Brave, or Merida if you want. I liked all of that. I just did not like the last bit of the book. But if I had liked everything, I would have given it at least 4.5 or 4 stars. So I still think that 3.75 is quite good, but that last little bit in the end just did not help me. So that is why I did end up giving it 3.75 stars. But it's still okay. The book was still amazing, and I still think that is worth it. It was just not that for me. There was that little spark in the end missing that I got in the rest of the book, but in the last bit it wasn't there. So yeah, these are my final thoughts for Call of the Sea. And now let's see and start the next book, which is going to be Donna's book, which is Stramge the Dreamer. So I'll see you when I start reading the book. And so this is now Beatriz 1 month later after finishing Call of the Sea. And I am in the middle of the Amazing Readathon Chaos, which if you are also at it, you know how chaotic it has been. But a new prompt just released today, and since I had to really read this book that I'm going to be showing you, I decided to go on a scavenger hunt and see if this book has won an award, and luckily it has. I am going to be arriving at Paris in the next few days with Stramge the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This book was the book that Donna gave me and Laura to read for this little collaboration that we are going to be doing, and I am quite excited to be reading it because it has been on my radar. I have had my eye on it for quite some time now, so I am quite excited, but I am on a time crunch. So I also went on a deep dive onto the internet to find the audiobook for it, and luckily I got it. I find it. So it's now time to start reading. It's 8:30, not 8:30. It's 8 p.m. My mom is leaving work now. I am waiting for her and my dad to arrive home so then I can have dinner. But before that, I think I'm going to start reading this one because I'm quite excited. So I think it's time. And since it's time, let's start reading this book because it's now the 9th, and if you are seeing this on the day that it was supposed to come out, it's now the 16th. So I'm doing well, I'm doing fine, everything's fine, it's going to be okay. Hello friends, good morning, how are you? I've showed you early a little bit of my cleaning my room after I wake up and still being in my PJs and all of that, and I decided while I was doing that I should be listening to the audiobook of Stramge the Dreamer. I have a few thoughts on it so far. The main thing that I'm thinking is that I find interesting how like when there is some type of scholar, monk, or whatever, librarian in this case, and they are very like involved and interested in a topic. In the case of Laszlo Strange, he always was told that he was a dreamer, so meaning Strange the dreamer. Strange is actually Laszlo's last name, and in a way they find themselves like someone taking their work, taking their research, and just simply like making it their own. So taking like what they read on the research, useful for them in a way, which I don't mind when this kind of situation happens. To me, it's just starting to feel a little bit like predictable when there's like this type of scene in the book, which it's okay, it's fine, it's nothing big. I am currently almost starting chapter 11, and because I was telling you, there's this guy called Thayon? Yeah, Thayon, and he was the one that took advantage of Laszlo's works about this lost city called Weep. Well, at least that's what they call it at the moment. He actually went and was approved to go onto like this team of almost like some soldiers. They're not really soldiers, they are just like a team from this city. I couldn't full on understand what they were, and Laszlo was not even given the opportunity to talk with this man, with like the main soldier, which I found like, I do get it, but at the same way, if they were giving all of them the same opportunity, they should have also given Laszlo the opportunity, so it wouldn't be unfair. But if they did it, like the next scene wouldn't have happened, where Laszlo in a way came forward and told them, look, I am worth of the time, I am worth of like also being there. I hope something happens in this book. I think this book is more of like a fantastical element than really like the fantasy that I normally go for, which I prefer fantasy with a little bit more action and not just like magical. Also, we have not seen a lot of like magical fantastical aspects in this. So I'm curious. I know if I was going to be just reading this, like with my eyes, I wouldn't be either so far or as interested as I am. So I'm quite happy that I actually was able to get the audio. But my opinion so far is that I'm a bit lost in a way. But I'm enjoying it. I am just worried that if I was going to be just reading the book, if I would be enjoying it as much. So that makes me ponder on what rating I might give it in the end. But my goal today is I've read this, so about 80 pages, and you might think that I'm going to be a bit ambitious, but my goal is to get to page 233, so I have like this big chunk to read. But I think I can do it in about 2 hours, so I am thinking of spreading those 2 hours in like 30 minutes timestamps throughout the day, which will probably make it a lot less like tiresome for me. So that's my plan. Hello friends, I think it's time to do a second update with you all, because I have now reached page 273. I'm going to start chapter 33 next, and I have some opinions. So I am over the half mark of the book, or very close to it, and my thoughts are, I am just indifferent almost to this story, at least Laszlo's story. Like, he wanted to know more about this city of lost stories, almost something like that, and the city that was lost in a way. And miraculously, there was like a party that came to the place that he worked at, and he got the opportunity to go with this party, even though it's just like in the form of a secretary. My favorite like part of the story is the kids' story, which they are gods born. They are their parents, one of them at least, has to be a god for them to be born, and they have like this blue skin and all of that. I really am enjoying this part. I'm enjoying Sarai. I don't like Minia, I think that's her name, but other than that, I'm really enjoying all of the other characters in this like group of like gods, let's call it them. But I am just so indifferent, honestly, to this book. It's okay. I can see why it has so much praise and all of that, but I don't think that if I was just like reading it with my eyeballs, I would be able to make this much progress as I did, because I know that this wouldn't be the writing style that I like. It's very confusing. It goes around the point. It's not for me, but I know why it may be for Donna. But for me, it's just, I think this book is going to be a little bit of a miss, but nothing like too much. So it's fine. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a nice enough time, but nothing much. So yeah, that's it. Klaus wants to join us, but I'm just coming here to make an update, and I will probably just update you all at the end of this book right now, because I am pushing through it. I don't feel connected to it at all. It's not that I'm not enjoying. I don't understand what's going on, why, what happened, like full on, to really tell you like, look, I'm not enjoying this book because I don't like this aspect, or I don't like that aspect, or something like that. I just don't get the story at 100% to like this. And I think I will not say that it is my fault. It's just that I don't tend to like books like this, especially when the fantasy is so like limited in a way. But I'm just gonna try and finish it at least by tomorrow, because this is a book that I have to submit for Amazing Readathon, and just because I want to submit it and finish it for this project that we are doing. But just in conclusion, I will just finish it just to have it finished, because I don't think I'll give it more than 3 stars. I am not feeling connected to it at all. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm so sorry, Donna. I really am, but I am not quite getting with vibing with this book. It's not there's something. I think it's the writing and how, I don't know, I don't understand why I am not vibing with it. I'm gonna be honest. Hello friends, so it is time. I have finished Strange the Dreamer and it did not get better, at least not for me. This is going to be my last wrap up because I am happy that I finally finished this because I was not able to keep up with it. So I don't know what I'm going to rate it. I cannot even know if I am actually going to rate it because at this moment right now I don't think I can rate it. So that's the point in writing. But I have some things. I did my review on my bullet journal that I want to talk to you about so I could like focus a little bit more in my mind. So why I did not enjoy this, why did I not have a good time reading this book. First things first, I could not connect with the characters. The characters to me were very bland. They in a way had dimension, but in another they didn't. Like they were very bland, no salt, no like I did not felt any like emotional attachment to them. I was just simply okay with these characters, and like the entirety of the cast of characters I was just like fine, they okay, they exist, they are here, they are making this book, but I don't have much more to say. Also, for me, I don't like purple writing. I think that's the term. But I don't like flowery writing. I don't like any of that. And this had so many descriptions. Like it was too much that I was frequently sidetracked from the story. I could not keep up with the amount of descriptions that this had. I can see that it's beautiful written, it's very whimsical and all of that, but the amount of descriptions that this book had, they were so distracting that they kept me from the main plot, which is not good because I cannot even tell you what this book is actually about. I know that they are trying to go to a city, like the lost city of stories in a way, Weep, and there's a citadel there that I think it's a like towering, like floating on everything else, but that's it. What happened for the city to be towering, I don't know. I couldn't keep up. I couldn't like catch it. I really don't know. Also, this book had so many moments that I was like, why? Why did you found the necessity to put it in here? And I have one tab on the entirety of this book, and it's the first moment that I was like, why did you think this was something that you did have to put on here? So in the citadel there's like 5-6 kids, whatever, they live there because there was a massacre, and these are the ones that survived, and one of them is a girl and she's the oldest one, but strangely she's also a kid because she does not age, so she does not have like this the same woman necessities, not necessities, but she does not have a period point. And she's talking with one of the other girls, which is one of the other main characters, Sarai, and she out of nowhere says, "Oh, are you bleeding?" And I was like, what the hell? Like, what if she is? There is nothing like, and the author did not even put a contest, did not even make like an apology in a way, make sense of what she was doing. So I was just like, why there, why no, why there's no. Also, the insta love on this is very real. I don't normally pick up on insta love that well, but on this one, they did not know each other on one day. She enters his dreams on the other and falls in love with him, like at that moment. And then keeps coming to his dreams, just like nothing happened. Like they are not strangers, they just, it happened. Just like that. And I'm like, why? I don't know. Yeah, there's so many things about this book that I did not enjoy, that I was like, at some point I was just pushing through it. I was just really trying to finish it for this and to really give it a try. But saying that, I'm curious about the second book, and I am going to try to get it on my Kobo. So if I like it, I'll get the physical copy. If I don't, this is just a book that happened. I read and did not understand the hype once again. But yeah, this is my take on Stramge Dreamer, friends. And I think Laura, in my case, won. So I liked her book a lot more than I like Stramge Dreamer. But there's no winning or anything like that. We were just trying to see who we can relate a lot more in reading style. And with this book and with Call of the Sea, for me, it's going to be Laura. But me and Laura also know that we have a few things that we are opposites on. But yeah, I think this is it, friends, for today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed coming with me on this adventure. This video has been all over the place right now, so I'll see you all on my next video, hopefully next week. And until then, I hope you have an amazing day, night, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And bye, friends!